गला पूरा टाइट हो जाएगा मेरा। हेलो, ऑन हो गया, ऑन हो गया। So what we had studied in the last class? Securities, type of companies, and primary market, secondary market. नहीं पढ़ा था। ओके। टू टाइप ऑफ सिक्योरिटीज, डेट, इक्विटी, क्रेडिटर, डेटर, ये सब तो पढ़ा था ना। हाँ, for the next 6-7 days we will have this class dot from 2:30 to 4:30. ठीक है, exact 2:30 में मैं यहाँ आऊँगा। ठीक है, 2:30 to 4:30 because our crash course is also going on and right now I am taking economy there 5 to 9, तो बीच में हाफ एन आवर का मुझे ब्रेक चाहिए। ठीक है, तो आप डॉट 2:30 पे यहाँ आ जाया करो। ठीक है, so your doubt is when we are doing international trade, फिर से क्या डाउट था बताओ। हाँ हाँ, if we are trading in dollars, inflation occurs means dollar is losing value, and if dollar is losing value and we are importing something, then we will have to pay more dollars. आप देखो ऐसे, suppose we are importing oil, $1 per barrel. ठीक है, now $1 is equal to ₹70. आप लोग exchange rate तो पढ़ ही लियो, fixed and adjustable and then managed float, समझ गए हो ना। हाँ, if this is the exchange rate and we are importing oil, ठीक है, we are importing oil, now oil prices is denoted in dollars, oil prices is denoted in dollars। ध्यान से सुनना, टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन है। oil prices is denoted in dollar. If we say that oil prices is being expressed in terms of dollar and we say that ki oil price is increasing, we say that oil price is increasing, that means now we are getting oil in 1.2 barrel, $1.2. So if we say ki oil price is increasing or there is inflation in oil, ठीक है, the international commodities are prices are increasing, that means you will have to pay $1.2 to pay $1.12, you will have to purchase more dollars। ठीक है, and if there is inflation in, suppose we are importing oil from Middle East, if there is inflation in US, if there is inflation in US currency will lose value. If there is inflation in US, the value of dollar will be less, dollar will lose its value, and now you may be able to pay, you may have to pay more dollars to buy that same। एक सप्ताह का ब्रेक हुआ है ना, तो उस फ्लो में आने में थोड़ा 5-10 मिनट लगेगा, तो पहले हम लोग आ जाते हैं उसमें। ध्यान से सुनो आप। Now in India we accept this legal tender rupee, right? when we say that there is inflation in India, when we say that there is inflation in India, that means now we will have to pay more rupees to purchase that same commodity. ठीक है? Now we will have to pay more rupees to purchase the same commodity. When we say that there is inflation in India, that means the Indian legal tender lost value. Indian legal tender is losing value. That is called basically inflation. So what happens in case of inflation? We say that the commodities prices have increased, but basically what has happened, the legal tender has lost its value. Purchasing power of legal tender has decreased. समझ रहे हो? Purchasing power of that currency note has decreased, so you will have to pay more. And the same concept is applicable for any currency. Yes. And if when investors are coming in India, they are selling $1, purchasing ₹70. They are willing to ये कैसा आवाज? ये स्पीकर से आ रही है? कोहली जी वो भी देखते रहते हैं बाद में, मे भी वो भी आएंगे शायद. देखते हैं 2 मिनट, अदरवाइज आई विल कॉल इट. कहाँ पे थे? समटाइम्स आई गेट टू लॉस्ट इन दैट कॉन्सेप्ट ना, कि जब बाहर निकलते हैं तो हाँ. सो आई वॉज सेइंग दैट देखो, जब आप लेट आते हो तो एक तो आपने गलती की लेट आके, और फिर दूसरी गलती करते हो पूछने की. तो जब लेट आते हो तो पूछा नहीं करो, है ना. एक तो लेट आते हो तो पहली गलती, और दूसरा पूछते हो तो उससे फिर डिस्टर्बेंस होता है. तो जब लेट आ रहा है तो चुपचाप आके बैठ जाओ. तो कल से आपको 2:30 पे डॉट आना है. सो व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग इज कि इफ देयर इज इन्फ्लेशन इन इंडिया, तो इन्फ्लेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट समझ गया आप, लीगल टेंडर परचेजिंग पावर. If this is the rate and investors are coming here, they are selling dollar and getting ₹70. Now when they are getting ₹70, they know that what goods and services they will be able to purchase in ₹70. The ₹70 का purpose क्या है? They know that कि what they will be able to purchase. Now that is why they are converting in $1 is equal to ₹70. Suppose now ₹7. Why they are purchasing ₹70? To purchase certain goods and services. ठीक है? Now if suppose in India rupee is losing value or there is inflation, so now they will not be able to purchase the same goods in 70 rupees. ठीक है? Now they will not be able to purchase. वो आवाज आ रही है यार, देख लो इसके. So now they will not be able to purchase the same goods in ₹70. So now they will demand more rupees in $1, and that's why rupee depreciates. So whenever there is inflation in the domestic economy, that currency will depreciate. और होना भी चाहिए. If rupee is losing value, that means now you will have to pay more rupees to purchase the same item. Now you will have to pay more rupees to purchase dollar. So rupee is losing value means rupee is losing value in terms of everything, in terms of products also, in terms of any purchase of any other currency also. क्यों? I said कि inflation means rupee is losing value, and if rupee is losing value, now you will have to pay more rupees to get the same dollar. So when rupee loses value, when there is inflation in the domestic economy, that currency depreciates. That currency will depreciate. ठीक है? तो प्राइमरी मार्केट, सेकेंडरी मार्केट हम नहीं पढ़े थे. ओके. इसमें से कितने लोग कल क्रैश कोर्स में भी थे? आप लोग रिवाइज कर रहे हो? हाँ, या समझ में नहीं आया था? बताओ। हाँ, रिवाइज। वो भी यूपीएससी का ही क्रैश कोर्स है ना, थोड़ा सा फास्ट है उसमें, और क्या हुआ, कंटेंट तो वही है, और उसमें क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस में थोड़ा ज्यादा कर रहे हैं पैरेलली। आप लोग का अच्छा टेस्ट होगा मे बी टुमारो और डे आफ्टर टुमारो, जो लास्ट टॉपिक का आप पढ़े हो, ठीक है। You know the two characteristics of securities, ठीक है, they must be tradable and they should give some return in future. इसलिए बोलते हैं तुरंत नहीं लिखा करो। Now this was a company. On that day we saw that the company can issue shares or bonds both. The company can issue equity security also, and the company can issue debt securities also. When it issues debt securities, it gets money at fixed interest rate. When the company issues debt securities, it gets money at fixed interest rate. When the company issues equity, it gets money at profit or loss. So it has to return profit or loss, and in the debt case, it has to return fixed interest rate. Now, financial markets, you write a statement. Financial markets, a market for buying and selling, a market for buying and selling debt and equity securities. Financial markets means a market for buying and selling debt and equity securities. ठीक है? So there are physical markets where you trade commodities, and there are financial markets where you trade securities. ठीक है? Where you trade securities. Now you write capital market. Capital market. A financial market. Capital market is a financial market for buying and selling medium to long term, for buying and selling medium to long term. Medium to long term means more than 1 year. ठीक है? One आप समझो, less than 1 year we generally say short term. 1 to 3 we call it medium term. More than 3 years we call it long term. So capital market is a financial market to buy and sell debt and equity securities for medium to long term. Then you write primary market. Capital market में you have written it is a financial market to buy and, क्या लिखा आपने? To buy and sell medium to long term debt and equity securities. A financial market to buy and sell medium to long term debt and equity securities. ठीक है? तो जो बॉन्ड्स थे उसकी मैच्योरिटी इसमें ज़्यादा होगी। नाउ प्राइमरी मार्केट, कोई कंफ्यूजन है? कोई कंफ्यूजन है तो बताओ। प्राइमरी मार्केट, it is a capital market, it is a capital market where the securities are, it is a capital market where the securities are issued for the first time, where the securities are issued for the first time. ठीक है, it is a capital market where the securities are issued for the first time, full stop. The transaction is between the issuer of security, the transaction is between the issuer of security, समझा रहे हैं अभी आपको हम, the transaction is between the issuer of security and the investor. Now this is a company, this company wants money. So this company may issue debt or equity. It can issue a debt paper, it can issue a equity paper. So you are a person, company issued shares and you gave money to the company, or company issued bonds and you gave money to the company. Now this transaction, these securities are being issued for the first time. Now this company may issue security to someone else. Bonds or shares got issued. Now, so this market is called primary market because this is a transaction between the issuer of security and the investor. Now, once you purchase bonds or shares, you start buying and selling among your, आवाज आ रही कुछ, you start buying and selling among yourself. आवाज है ना? अरे मैं एक्टर थोड़ी कुछ भी बोलने लगेंगे हम जहाँ टॉपिक स्टार्ट किए वहां से हम शुरू करेंगे. So primary market, you understood? हाँ? Primary market, the transaction is, आवाज आ रही है? Hello? हाँ. So primary market, the transaction is between the issuer of security and the investor. Once they purchase shares or bonds, they start buying and selling among themselves. So if they are buying and selling among themselves, this is secondary market. And this is this transaction. See, every transaction happens in a market. This transaction, so this will be called primary market, and this will be called secondary market. So primary market का example है IPO, initial public offering. When the companies get listed, we will come to that. Now you write secondary market. In secondary market, the transaction is among the investors. In secondary market, the transaction is among the investors without the involvement of the issuer of security. Without the involvement of the issuer of security. ठीक है? समझ गए? नहीं? So primary market and secondary market are classification of capital markets. So when a company wants to issue shares, टाइप्स ऑफ कंपनी आप समझ गए हो ना? हाँ, सो SR Private Limited, right now there are 2 owners. If you want to purchase shares, you can always contact ma'am and she can issue shares to you. But if there are a lot of people want to buy shares, then the company will have to get registered. ठीक है? Once it gets registered, then it can issue shares to anyone, whoever wants to purchase. So all the people who wants to purchase, they can go and purchase shares from the capital market. So capital market में the company can raise funds from the capital market by issuing either debt security or equity security. दोनों security issues करके they can raise funds, and both the securities are issued in the primary market also, and then they are traded in the secondary market also. Clear है? We will ensure that कि आगे economy के class में ज़्यादा break ना हो, है ना? Now, how many of you understand this money market? कोई नहीं समझता है? So you understand bonds? प्राइस किस पे डिपेंड करता है? केवल यही बताएंगे। आज मौन व्रत है क्या? भाई bonds price depends on किसका इंटरेस्ट? बैंक का इंटरेस्ट, राइट। जैसे जनगण मन होता था ना, तो जब सब बोलते थे तो याद आता था, अकेले बोल दो तो मैं ही भूल जाता था। ठीक है, स्कूल में ऐसा प्रॉब्लम लोगों ने फेस किया। सो मैं इसलिए बार बार बता रहा हूँ, बिकॉज इफ यू विल नॉट रिमेंबर एंड नो दिस, आप ये समझ ही नहीं पाओगे कभी। बॉन्ड प्राइस डिपेंड्स ऑन मार्केट इंटरेस्ट रेट. व्हेन द मार्केट इंटरेस्ट रेट गोज अप, बॉन्ड प्राइस गोज डाउन एंड यील्ड गोज अप. यील्ड मीन्स रिटर्न गोज अप. Chalo, I will tell you. Did I tell you that when a company is declared bankrupt? So slow, recorded a video. I can always go and cross check, है ना? मैंने बताया तो जरूर होगा. In a company, there are 2 classes of people who can put money. One class of people put money at fixed interest rate, and the class of people put money at profit or loss. If the company is not able to pay to the creditors, if the company is not able to pay to the creditors, then the company should be declared bankrupt. और ये most probably मैंने बताया ही होगा. ठीक है, अच्छा. Now he asked a very valid question. I said कि bond prices depends on market interest rate. ये clear है? Huh? When the market interest rate goes up, bond price goes down. He is asking, does bond price depend on any other thing? Huh? What is that factor? So if the company's profit will increase, if a bond has been issued at 8% interest rate, if the company's profit will increase, the bond price will right. As such, company's profit पे depend नहीं करता है. But you purchase a 100 rupees bond. ध्यान सुना, you purchase a 100 rupees bond, interest rate you are getting 10%. ठीक है. If the market interest rate moves above 10%, the bond price will go below 100. But suppose interest rate is almost 10% only, and the company is declared bankrupt. Company is declared bankrupt. Then bond holders are the which class of investors? Creditors. Bond holders are creditors to the company. Na? So if the company will declare bankrupt, the assets will be sold, and first the creditors will get money to the extent whatever is the value of the assets. So if the value of the assets has declined, the creditors won't be able to get the entire sum. So you are holding 100 rupees bond, right now price is 100, interest rate is 10%. If the market interest rate moves to 12-13%, the bond price goes from 100 to 90-80. So market interest rate पे depends bonds price. But suppose if the company is declared bankrupt, then will someone purchase your bond at 100? No, because they are not sure that if the company will be sold, how much assets will be recovered. So in case of bankruptcy, if there is a situation that the company may go bankrupt, the bond price may fall, but it's a once in a lifetime situation. Generally, bond price depends on market interest rate.
So who fixed the price of the security at the time of IPO?
Who?
Fixed the price of a security at the time of IPO.
एक बार शेयर खरीदो, डूबोगे सब समझ में आ जाएगा, ठीक है? No one fixes it, you bid for it, और इसको समझने के लिए आपको शेयर मार्केट में थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट दिखाना होगा, आप क्लास के बाहर पूछ लेना, ठीक है? कैसे होती है शेयर ट्रेडिंग? बेसिकली यू बिड फॉर इट, यू बिड फॉर इट. 1 करोड़ की कंपनी है, मैं इशूइंग 1 लाख शेयर्स. 1 करोड़ का एसेट्स है, 1 करोड़ का लैंड प्रॉपर्टी एसेट्स है, एंड 1 लाख शेयर्स इज बीइंग इशूड, यू विल पे 100 रुपीज. बट इफ समवन थिंक कि नहीं, द वैल्यू ऑफ द एसेट इज नॉट 1 करोड़, इट इज ओनली 99 lakhs, you may not be willing to pay 100 rupees per share, you may be just willing to pay 99. You think the value of the asset is 1 crore, she thinks the value of the asset is 99 lakhs, हो सकता है. So bidding होता है. On that basis, the price is discovered. अब ये क्लास के बाहर पूछ लेना, मैं बता दूंगा, ठीक है? बिकॉज ट्रेडिंग है, आपको सेबी और फाइनेंशियल मार्केट्स नहीं पढ़ना है. इकोनॉमिक्स एंड फाइनेंस आर 2 इंटायरली डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स. फाइनेंस आपका सिलेबस नहीं है, ठीक है? इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट पढ़ना है. सर्टेन वेरी बेसिक नॉलेज ऑफ फाइनेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड इन योर सिलेबस. तो हम लोग उतना ही डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. ज़्यादा आपको समझना है तो आप क्लास के बाहर पूछ लेना, ठीक है? समझ गए? तो सेबी एज सच और मार्केट वो आपके सिलेबस में नहीं, बट उसकी थोड़ी अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए. जितनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग की जरूरत है, दैट वी आर डिस्कसिंग इट हियर, ठीक? नाउ मनी मार्केट. पहले आप एक स्टेटमेंट लिखो. इन मनी मार्केट वी ट्रेड, इन मनी मार्केट highly liquid, in money market highly liquid we trade, or in money market we trade highly liquid, comma short term के आगे in bracket you write less than 1 year. In money market we trade highly liquid, short term, comma debt instruments. In money market we trade highly liquid, short term debt instruments, ठीक है? So 3 characteristics, whatever instruments are traded in money market, there are 3 characteristics. First is debt, मतलब shares are not traded in money market, ठीक है? Shares are not traded in money market, only debt paper is traded. Debt means bonds basically, ठीक है? Debt means bonds. So bond paper is traded and the maturity of the bond is less than 1 year. In the example, we took the maturity of bond as 5 years. And the third characteristic is highly liquid. Liquid instrument means you can easily buy and sell. Bonds are more liquid or FD paper? Bonds are more liquid. Bonds you can sell in a moment. FD paper को आप जाओगे तो the bank में से कि नहीं 1 महीना बाद आना, अभी तो maturity time, ठीक है? So bond papers are more liquid. You can easily sell and convert into cash. Land is not very liquid. Land is not very liquid. Then you again write the participants in the money market are, the participants in the money market are banks. The participants in the money market are banks, comma, financial institutions, comma, RBI, banks, financial institutions, RBI and individuals. ठीक है. Now concentrate here. So money market में we trade debt instruments less than 1 year maturity. Who are the participants? Banks, financial institutions, RBI. Axis Bank, ICICI. In the retail vegetable market, what we do is we want vegetables and they want to sell vegetables. So there is a market we have, government has created, है ना? Now this is a money market. Someone wanted, एकदम concentrate का सुना, otherwise थोड़ी देर बाद समझ में आना बंद हो जाएगा. Some institutions wanted money and some institutions had money, they wanted to invest, they wanted to give. We brought both the class of people or institutions in one platform. So this is a platform, this is a market. Axis Bank wants money and ICICI Bank wants to lend money, invest money. So suppose Axis Bank wanted 100 crore. So ICICI Bank gave rupees 100 crore cash. ICICI Bank gave cash, मतलब कहते हैं बैंक से दे दिया. What Axis Bank will give? A paper, a proof, a receipt. What it will be written here? Axis Bank is giving Axis Bank's logo, then rupees 100 crore at suppose 8%, the market rate is 8%. For how many days? Less than 1 year, anything you can take, 7 days. So Axis Bank wanted 100 rupees, 100 crore cash for 7 days. So ICICI Bank gave cash and the Axis Bank issued a debt paper. 8%, why? Because market interest rate was 8%. Now after 7 days, ICICI Bank, आज क्या date है? 11th. So this transaction happened at 11th Feb. Now ICICI Bank on 18th Feb will reproduce this paper to Axis Bank and Axis Bank will give this cash to ICICI Bank. Return कर देगा after 7 days plus interest. But suppose 11th Feb के बाद after 2 days on 13th Feb, ICICI Bank required money. On 13th Feb, ICICI Bank had some requirement of money. Can ICICI Bank ask Axis Bank to repay? No. Axis Bank will repay only after 7 days. So ICICI Bank want money after 2 days, means on 13th. So what ICICI Bank can do is, नहीं, SBI is also here, मैं इधर draw कर रहा हूँ इसी market में, ठीक है? Now SBI has money on 13th and ICICI Bank wanted money. Now ICICI Bank, who was holding this paper, it sold this paper to SBI. ठीक है? It sold this paper to SBI. So this paper was issued by Axis Bank. Now ICICI Bank was holding. For ICICI Bank, this paper was asset or liability? Asset है ना भाई? For Axis it is liability ना? हाँ. So ICICI Bank was holding this paper. It has asset. It had this asset. Now it sold this paper to SBI. So on 13th Feb, suppose interest rate is 9%. On 13th Feb, interest rate is 9%. So ICICI Bank will give this paper and SBI will give more than 100 crore, less than 100 crore. SBI will give less than 100 crore. Why? Because SBI is getting a debt paper. The interest rate is 8% on that debt paper, but the market interest rate is high. So he is getting a debt paper where interest rate is less. ठीक है? That is why he will be paying less than 100 crore. सब लोग समझ गए? So ICICI Bank will give this paper and SBI may give less than 100 crore. So So this paper is being traded. Whichever institution will be holding this paper on 18th Feb, that institution will reproduce this paper to Axis Bank, and Axis Bank will give 100 plus interest. So in this money market, these kind of papers are traded. This is basically debt paper. So money market we have created for whom? There are institutions basically. Institutions. अच्छा आपने क्या लिखा हुआ? इंडिविजुअल्स भी लिखा था ना उसमें? वो कैंसिल करो, वो गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज में था, इंडिविजुअल्स नहीं है, वो दूसरे मार्केट में होते हैं. जस्ट आरबीआई एंड जो आपने इंडिविजुअल्स लिखा था तो एंड के बाद आप लिख दो क्रेडिट वर्दी कंपनीज. क्रेडिट वर्दी कंपनीज, दैट मीन्स सम बिग कॉर्पोरेट्स जिनकी क्रेडिट रेटिंग अच्छी है, दे आर ऑल्सो अलाउड हियर. सो आरबीआई, बैंक्स, फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस एंड क्रेडिट वर्दी कंपनीज. एक गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट है, मैं बताऊंगा, उसमें इंडिविजुअल्स अलाउड होते हैं. सो मनी मार्केट में डेट पेपर इज बीइंग ट्रेडेड. समझ गए? इसका पर्पज भी समझ गए. बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम institutions want money, a lot of times institutions have money, they want to lend, so we created a platform for trading purpose. Clear? Who regulates this market? RBI. लिख लेना, RBI regulates money market. SEBI regulates capital market. ये फाइनेंशियल मार्केट था ना, कैपिटल मार्केट इज रेगुलेटेड बाय सेबी एंड मनी मार्केट इज रेगुलेटेड बाय आरबीआई. सेवन % इंटरेस्ट रेट या 8% एनुअली है ना? क्या डिस्कस करो भाई आप लोग?
तो सर ये 100 करोड़ से ज्यादा वैल्यू में सेल करेगी, जो प्रॉफिट में वो खरीदा है.
और किसी कोई डाउट? ये शर्माते क्यों रहते हो जब मिटा देते हैं? हाँ हाँ, राइट राइट. इट लॉस्ट मनी, राइट, इट लॉस्ट मनी. हाँ, सो it lost money because interest rate increased.
So it will compensate that lost money.
No, that loss is never compensated. आपने बिजनेस लगाया, ट्रेडिंग किया, डूब गए तो डूब गए. आईसीसी lost that money तो गया ना पैसा. Now there is nothing that ICC bank can do.
How it will be gone, or
It is no, it is gone na. You purchased land when you had money. Now you want money, you want to sell the land, and the land price has decreased. हाँ, right? That is gone. तो ICICI बैंक would have gained. तो सिंपल ट्रेडिंग का फंडा है. देखो फॉर्मली डेट मार्केट कुछ नहीं है, डेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता है. सिक्योरिटी मार्केट इज मनी मार्केट, कैपिटल मार्केट, प्राइमरी मार्केट, सेकेंडरी मार्केट. इन मनी मार्केट डेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स आर ट्रेडेड. नो, डोंट कॉल इट डेट मार्केट एज सच. इक्विटीज सिक्योरिटीज लेस देन 1 ईयर के लिए नहीं इशू होते हैं. ठीक है, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. उस पर टाइम का नहीं होता है, ऐसा तो ऑन गोइंग कंसर्न होता है. वैसा नहीं हो. डेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स के लिए बेसिकली 1 ईयर वाला. राइट. not regulated by any institution. RBI regulates the money market means if today SR Private Limited wants to trade in money market, they will have to take permission of RBI. देखो आप regulation से confuse नहीं होना. When I say कि something is being regulated by some institution, so regulation regarding what, that will always come to your mind. For example, this Azadpur Mandi is regulated by government. It's a government mandi. ठीक है, यहाँ पे government का regulations work करता है. But regulations regarding what? State government is not regulating the prices of commodities. That is auction basis. So when I say that state government is regulating this Azadpur Mandi, there are certain things which the state government regulate and there are certain things which are decided by the market. And what is regulated by the state government or marketing committees is the mandi charges per transaction कितना charge लगता है. So when we say कि RBI regulates bank, so does RBI regulates bank interest rate? No, but RBI regulates that how much money they have to keep with RBI. So when someone is saying कि this market, this institution is regulated by someone, तो regulations regarding what, वो चीज आपको समझना है. ठीक है, रेगुलेट करना इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि every activity is being decided by that regulatory body. ठीक है. Government securities, have you read? Government securities नहीं पढ़े. And that private word तो हमने बता ही दिया होगा when we have discussed types of companies for private. So when company wanted money, company issued securities. भाई कोई भी security कब issue करता है? When they want money, they issue securities. So in the same fashion, government also issues securities. Now you just read that there are two types of securities, debt and equity. So government issues what kind of securities? Both. Government of India issues debt or equity or both securities. Why only debt? I am asking Government of India. There is a major difference between Government of India and PSUs. There is a major difference between Government of India and PSUs. आप confuse आते हैं, ये आप हमेशा separate रखना. Now Government of India issues bonds. You give money to the Government of India and Government of India pays interest. But Government of India never issues shares. You cannot own Government of India. So government issues always debt securities. Government securities are basically of three types. Treasury bills, dated securities, when Government of India, आप लोग जब स्टेटमेंट में बोलते हैं तो उसको ध्यान सुना करो, लिख तो आप रहे ही हो एंड हमने भी लिखा है. When Government of India wants money, it issues securities. When Government of India wants money for less than 1 year, it issues treasury bills. When Government of India wants money for more than 1 year, it issues dated securities. When state governments want money, state government issues their own bonds, own debt paper. That is called SDLs. Generally less than 10 year होता है, less than 10 year. State government, Government of India, Government of. ये पिछले बार क्वेश्चन भी आया हुआ है, ठीक है, और उसके पहले से हम पढ़ा रहे हैं और बुक में भी मेंशन है. बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन, बहुत लोग गलत की. Dated securities, less than 30 year, greater than 1 year maturity. हाँ हाँ
RBI देखा मेंशन ना RBI statement तो it's issued by the RBI ऐसा तो
वो एग्जैक्ट स्टेटमेंट है तो आप पूछ सकते हो, देख सकते हो अभी ब्याज ट्रेजरी बिल्स, ठीक है। आप आगे पढ़ोगे कि ऑल दीज आर इशूड बाय आरबीआई, ठीक है, इन द नेम ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट बाय इशूइंग ट्रेजरी बिल्स गवर्नमेंट इज रेजिंग द मनी। स्टेट डेवलपमेंट लोन्स एसडीएल्स, सो मनी सप्लाई एंड आउटपुट का कॉन्सेप्ट यू हैव अंडरस्टूड, ठीक है। मनी सप्लाई चेजेस द, आप लोग सभी लोग प्रीवियस क्लास अटेंड किए थे या कोई ऐसा भी है जो कि प्रीवियस क्लास नहीं अटेंड किया था? मेरा आप नहीं अटेंड किया था, आप भी नहीं। यू हैव अ डाउट? हाँ, टेल मी। राइट, government companies can always issue shares also. This company can issue shares and this ownership will reduce. So this company can issue shares, this company can issue bonds, but Government of India can always issue bonds only. ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट companies can issue bonds and shares, but Government of India can always issue, or state government can always issue bonds only. And whenever a government is creating a particular PSU, at that time that PSU is privately held by government. And then when government can list that PSU on Bombay Stock Exchange, and which is also called, पढ़ नहीं रहे आप लोग? What I am said, then it will be called publicly listed company. So when government lists the company, its company on Bombay Stock Exchange, it releases some shares to the public, government reduces its ownership, you purchase the shares, and it is also called disinvestment. It is also called disinvestment. You can invest money in a company in how many ways? पढ़े हो ना ये सब? You can put money in a company, you can invest money in two ways. You can put money as a creditor or as a shareholder. When you put money as a shareholder, you get profit, you get equity security. When you are putting money, investing money as at fixed interest rate, you get a debt paper. So you can do investment in two ways. ठीक है? So when government of India can also, or government companies in 1950s, 60s, government of India from its budgetary resources invested its money in 50s, 60s, government from its budgetary resources, it invested money and created PSUs. It invested money as an owner and it got 100% of the securities, equity securities. ठीक है? So government invested money, created PSUs, and now government is reducing its ownership by disinvestment by listing the company on the Bombay Stock Exchange. If government is right now owning 100% a company, privately held, government is owning 100%. If government want to reduce its ownership, what is the best way? एक एक आदमी से पूछेगी नहीं ना कि भाई खरीदोगे. The best way is list on the Bombay Stock Exchange. So once it gets converted from privately held to publicly listed, automatically some shares are released, and we call it disinvestment. We say that the company has now been listed on Bombay Stock Exchange. So the best way of doing disinvestment is you list the company, release some shares to the public.
So when government company issues shares, we can't consider it as government of India with issuing.
Of course, we don't consider this thing. That company is getting listed, that company is releasing shares. We will say that in that company now government of India's ownership is reduced. Government ने assets नहीं list करते, companies get listed. ठीक है? What is strategic disinvestment? Word तो सुने होगे न्यूज़पेपर में, बहुत यूज हो रहा है. What do you understand by strategic disinvestment? When government does strategic disinvestment, it reduces its ownership to less than 49%. To less than 49%. देखो आप समझो, disinvestment, strategic disinvestment, privatization, don't get confused, there are slight differences. Disinvestment means when government is reducing its ownership. It can be just 5% reduction, it can be just 10%. So government listed its company, government listed one of its company and sold 10% shares to you. So we can call it disinvestment, right? Government is reducing its investment, reducing its ownership. It is disinvestment. Did government privatize the PSU? No. Privatization matlab government reduced its ownership to less than 49%. And I said that strategic disinvestment may be government reducing ownership to less than 49%. But there is a slight difference. So privatization is a general term. Privatization is a general term. If the ownership of government is less than 49%, you will say that the government company has been privatized. Strategic disinvestment means that, just say Air India. Earlier government was owning 100% and now also government owns most of the shares. Air India, if government is selling its ownership to more than 51%, you can call it that now the company has been privatized, right? To whom it is selling doesn't matter. Any private individuals, any private company, if it is selling, you can call that government has privatized Air India if government reduces its ownership to less than 49%. But if government is selling the entire stake of 51%, 60%, 70% in Air India to any single entity, any strategic partner, then we call it strategic disinvestment. For example, earlier government was owning 100%, now government reduced its ownership to 40%, and a lot of individuals, lot of companies purchased the shares. Then we will call the company has been privatized. But if government reduced its ownership to 40% and sold the 60% stake to any single entity who was already there in the airline sector, so that entity, single entity is called strategic partner in that. And government says that we have done strategic disinvestment. So Air India ka, we are not planning general privatization, we are planning strategic disinvestment. कोई एक single partner हम लोग सोच रहे थे कि he should collaborate, but it failed basically. Elections के बाद government will try again. Once a company is strategically disinvested, it's a private company. It's a private company. Basically इसमें क्या होता है कि we sell it to one partner, one entity. ठीक है? Who is already there in that business entity. So now he starts running that business. Private. Private. Can they trade in the stock market? Man, that means you are saying, can they list in the stock market? It depends that what Delhi Development Authority. Now it depends on its purpose. If you want to list and trade, then you should register a proper company under Companies Act. There are various regulatory bodies. तो उनका functions पे decide होना. Now DDA doesn't trade in stock market. For that you need to do valuation, you need to issue shares. So जिस purpose के लिए आप create कर रहे हो, it depends on that. You'll have to convert into corporation, normal company, then it can be listed and traded. So we discussed that money supply chasing the output, and this concept is clear. If output is same, money supply increases, inflation increases. Output same, money supply reduces, prices will decrease. Money supply is same, output decreased, prices will increase. Now when I am saying money supply, are these financial securities, shares and bonds part of money supply or not? What do you think? I said money supply in the economy, there is some money supply, there is some output. Every year output is increasing and we are increasing the money supply, because if we will not increase, we will face problem in transaction, prices will start decreasing, and it has a major negative impact on the economy that we will discuss later on. When prices decreases, why? When the money supply decreases, why deflation is bad for economic growth, that we will discuss later. So if output is increasing, more money should be pumped into the economy to facilitate transactions. So when I am saying कि money supply chasing the output, तो इस money supply में what all things are counted? Do you understand this? So इस money supply में क्या क्या count होता है? Money supply chasing the output में से the cash and the money in your bank, these two things are part of money supply. हम पूछ नहीं रहे, हम बता रहे हैं. अच्छा, ऑनेस्टली बताओ, मेरे मतलब जो स्टेटमेंट में मिला था इससे कंफ्यूजन हुआ क्या कि मैं पूछ रहा हूं या बता रहा हूं? हाँ, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक मनी सप्लाई. क्या हुआ? गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी तो जस्ट इंस्ट्रूमेंट, आपको पता होना चाहिए क्या होता है. राइट. तो गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो इशूज एट सर्टेन इंटरेस्ट रेट. गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज कोई टॉपिक नहीं है, आप समझो. सिक्योरिटीज टॉपिक है, ठीक है, सिक्योरिटीज टॉपिक है. I just told you that government also issues debt securities, ठीक है. So she is asking, she is saying कि government securities are quite safe and secure, है ना? Why? एक शांत रहो. Why? Because the example that we discussed, government never goes bankrupt. Government will print, government has authority to print, so it will never default, because if the company goes bankrupt, the bond price will fall. So in this case, government has all the printing machines, so it will not go bankrupt as such. Now what was your doubt? Yielding. So if government has issued securities at 8%, and if the market interest rate starts moving above 8%, will the government bond prices decrease? Of course, it will decrease. If government has issued at 8% and market interest has moved to 10, 11, 12%, no one will buy government bonds. The prices will decrease. Because I said कि जो bankruptcy वाला केस था, it is once in a lifetime एक particular exceptional situation है. But otherwise, SR Private Limited bonds or anyone's company's bonds, their price depends on market interest rate. Generally, their price doesn't depend on the credibility of the company. आपको तो earning करना है. If Reliance is issuing bonds at 10%, SR Private Limited is issuing bonds at 12%, you will purchase which bonds? SR Private Limited. Credibility factor वो तो केवल bankruptcy के केस में आएगा ना. So चाहे government or any institution, if the bond price, if the market interest rate moves up, bond price goes down. ऐसा सही सी बता दो आप गवर्नमेंट के बॉन्ड 5% पे परचेज करोगे या रिलायंस के बॉन्ड 10%? रिलायंस बॉन्ड, क्योंकि आपको पता है रिलायंस इतना बैंकरप्ट का केस नहीं, ठीक। सो किसी के लिए बॉन्ड प्राइस डिपेंड्स ऑन मार्केट इंटरेस्ट रेट, ठीक है। बैंक्रप्सी का एक क्रिटिकल वो सिचुएशन, एक्सट्रीम स्टेप है, यू रिमूव दैट स्टेप, सो एवरीथिंग विल डिपेंड ऑन मार्केट इंटरेस्ट रेट फॉर बॉन्ड्स। हाँ, so money supply chasing the output. So in this money supply, I said that कि the money in your pocket cash and the money in your bank, these two are called money supply. Securities are not part of money supply because from securities, from bonds or shares, you don't purchase goods, you sell bonds, you get money, and that money then chases the goods. Securities से you cannot, आपके पास रिलायंस के शेयर्स हैं, कैन यू टेक एडमिशन हियर? You will sell Reliance share, you will get money either in cash or in bank, and then you will swipe your card and then you can take admission. So the cash part of the legal tender, the account part of the legal tender, even if it is an account, it is a legal tender, na? Indian currency note, currency rupee denomination में है ना, that bank money. So the legal tender, whether in cash or in bank account, that chases the output. In that terms, all this inflation concept has been defined. So when I am saying कि money supply chasing the output, तो इस money supply में bond shares securities नहीं आते, ठीक है? Only the rupee note, either in cash or in banks, that is chasing the output. Clear? You write a statement, money supply का definition, the total stock of money, और ये कॉन्सेप्ट आप स्टेप बाय स्टेप डाइजेस्ट करते चलो, ठीक है। बिकॉज सपोज आई मेक एन ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन, ऐसे हम बोलिए कि इफ द शेयर्स प्राइस आर इंक्रीजिंग, ठीक है, will the goods and services price get impacted? No, because शेयर के प्राइस पे नहीं, मनी सप्लाई पे डिपेंड करता दिस इन्फ्लेशन. नाउ यू राइट मनी सप्लाई. अच्छा, बाय द वे मनी सप्लाई इज स्टॉक और फ्लो? मनी इन योर पॉकेट, मनी इन द इकोनॉमी, स्टॉक. अरे स्टॉक है आपके पॉकेट में, पैसा कितना है, दैट इज स्टॉक. इस क्लासरूम में कितना पैसा है, दैट इज स्टॉक. इकोनॉमी में कितना पैसा, दैट इज स्टॉक. मनी इन द इकोनॉमी इज स्टॉक. मनी पम्प्ड इन द इकोनॉमी इज फ्लो. हाउ मच मनी पम्प्ड इन 1 year एंड हाउ मच मनी इज प्रेजेंट इन इकोनॉमी एट 335. ठीक, हाँ, see, how much money present in the economy on 11th Feb at 335? This is correct question. Stock concept है, ठीक है. You write a statement, the total stock of money, the total stock of money in circulation among the public, the total stock of money in circulation among the public at a particular point of time, at a particular point of time is called money supply. ठीक है. अच्छा, if the stock of money is constant, if the stock of money in the economy is constant and the demand for money is increasing, ठीक, if the stock of money, the total supply in the money is constant and the demand for money is increasing, what will happen? हाँ, और कोई? देखो, whenever a question is asked in economy ना, So you will have to look for the options and then you will have to see that what can be directly derived. You cannot start linking vaguely कि आप इससे ऐसे link होगा. You will have to check the options and then you need to check that whether you can derive something directly from the question to the options or not. ऐसे तो एक चीज से you can link lot of things. Now when I say rupees 10 is equal to 1 kg potato, ये price है. If the supply of potato is constant and the demand for potato is increasing, supply of potato constant, demand for potato is increasing, this will move up. So if the supply of anything is constant, supply of anything constant, demand for that thing is increasing, so क्या होता? The price of that thing will increase. Apply the same concept. ठीक? If the supply of any commodity is constant, demand is increasing, price will increase. Now apply the same logic in this question. Supply of money is constant. Now here that is money basically. Supply of money is constant, मतलब कितना currency note either in pocket or bank, constant. Supply of money is constant and more people are now demanding money. More people are demanding money. So what will happen? Deflation, purchasing power, appreciate होगा. कुछ नहीं होगा. I said that if potato supply is constant, more people are demanding potatoes, price of potato will increase. In the same way, if money supply is constant, more people are demanding money, so price of money will increase. Price of money will increase. And when I say कि price of money will increase, what do you understand? Supply of money constant, more people are demanding money, so price of money will increase. And price of money will increase means the rate at which money was available, that rate will increase, and that is interest rate. Right now, if someone asks you that what is the price of money, मतलब किस rate पे पैसा मिल रहा है? If I ask you what is the price of potato, मतलब किस rate पे potato मिल रहा है? If I ask that what is the rate, what is the price of money, तो आज के डेट में क्या है price पैसे का? 10%, 9%, 10% you can get money. So you can get money at 9%. So the price of money is 9%. If more people will demand money, the price of money will increase, and that is interest rate. Supply constant, everyone is trying to borrow money, everyone is demanding money. The rate at which money is being given, that rate will increase. ठीक है? कोई डाउट है? हाँ, डिमांड. सो देखो, these things you need to understand properly और पेशेंटली इसको समझते चलो, बिकॉज दे आर टेक्निकल और बहुत सारे ऐसे ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं. ठीक है? सो ट्राई टू लॉजिकली रिलेट दिस, लिंक दिस एंड ट्राई टू डाइजेस्ट इट स्टेप बाय स्टेप. देखो, इफ यू विल डिमांड मनी, अगर आपको पैसा चाहिए तो कहाँ जाओगे? बैंक से जाओगे एंड यू विल बोरो मनी, राइट? यू विल बोरो मनी. तो किस रेट पे मिल रहा है पैसा? 9%, 10, सपोज 10% पे यू आर गेटिंग मनी. नाउ मनी सप्लाई कांस्टेंट है, दैट मीन्स आवर सेविंग्स इन द बैंक इज कांस्टेंट. इफ एवरीवन विल स्टार्ट डिमांडिंग मनी, सो मनी वाज अवेलेबल. देखो, आप समझने की कोशिश करो. हियर पोटैटो वाज अवेलेबल एट ₹10 per kg, एंड इफ आई आस्क यू एट व्हाट रेट मनी इज अवेलेबल, व्हाट इज द प्राइस ऑफ मनी? इट इज 10%. So if supply is constant, demand is increasing, the rate at which money was available, that will increase. Simple demand supply का concept. नहीं, आप अपना डाउट पूछ रहे हो इस क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड. money supply is constant, production is increasing, prices will decrease, prices will fall. Follow ekdam. And that's why prices shouldn't fall. That's why we pump money when the production is every year. India is pumping money. Release export, हाँ, export increase होगा, but prices decrease होंगे तो production decrease होने लगता है. So I said कि money supply means either in pocket or in bank, both, क्योंकि both are chasing goods and services. You came here and you purchased GS Foundation course by the money in your account. You swiped your card and purchased it. So that money in bank, that is also chasing goods, and cash is also chasing goods. So अभी आप लिखना नहीं. There are two terms of money supply. If someone asks you what is the money supply in the economy, I may say that currency notes plus coins plus demand deposits, and then I can write M3 is equal to M1 plus so this includes only demand. मैंने अकाउंट्स और डिपॉजिट्स बताया या नहीं बताया? नहीं बताया अभी. कैसे समझोगे? लिखे तो हो नहीं आप, ये है ना? ये लिखे नहीं हो ना आप? ऐसे अकाउंट तो आपको सब समझ में आ गया है. लेट मी जस्ट ब्रीफली टेल यू. इतना सिंपल हो गया कि जनरली वी कैन स्किप दिस थिंग. कॉमन हो गया डिपॉजिट्स, अकाउंट्स. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ डिपॉजिट्स, डिमांड एंड टाइम. So you can keep money in bank in two ways, either in demand form, either in time form. If you want to keep money in demand form, you can open two types of accounts, savings and current. सब तो आपको पता ही है. And if you want to keep money in time form, you can again open two types of account, recurring and ठीक है. These are also called checkable deposits क्योंकि when you open demand account, demand form, you get a checkbook. You can sign a check and make payment. Here you don't get checkbooks. ठीक है. Which is the most liquid? Current account. Current, saving, these two have almost same liquidity. ठीक है. So if someone asks that what is the money supply, this is cash plus demand deposit, and M3 includes time deposits also. ठीक है. Now if someone asks you what is the money supply in the economy, you may say M1 or M3. ठीक है. We have published both the figures. Whatever you want, you can see. So you should not ask that, sir, why we have two terms. Two terms क्या है? First includes only cash and demand money, and second include time also. सबसे commonly कौन ज़्यादा use होता है? This one, because इसको भी you break your FD and you purchase a lot of things. So we have two terms of money supply, right? But since government has also allowed that you can keep money in your post offices, so we have two new terms. M2 is the post office equivalent of M1. So M2 is equal to M1 plus and M4 is the M3 equivalent of post office. ठीक है. So since we have allowed our money to be kept in post offices, we have 4 terms, otherwise it would have been just 2 terms. Clear? यहाँ पे सेविंग्स भी कहीं कहीं लिखा होता है, बिकॉज डिमांड में करंट एंड सेविंग्स, पोस्ट ऑफिसेज डोंट ओपन करंट अकाउंट्स, सो इधर यू राइट सेविंग्स डिपॉजिट or demand deposit. It means the same thing. Here it is demand and time, both all post office deposits. ठीक है. So M1, M2, M3, 4 का concept clear है. The most frequently you write statement. अच्छा, these two are called narrow money. Why? Why narrow broad? This value is less, this value is more. This includes only cash and demand. This includes time also. So this is used in a narrow sense, this is a broader sense. देखो डिफरेंस मतलब, in a lot of rural areas we didn't have banks, so government allowed that you can keep your money in post offices also. You can keep your money in post offices also. So post office facility we have allowed so that people can keep money and withdraw money. But post office deposits are less liquid than banks. Post office deposits are less liquid than banks. That post office deposits are also part of money supply. You can always withdraw post office deposit and can purchase goods and services. तो रूरल एरियाज में पोस्ट ऑफिस को फैसिलिटी दी गई दैट यू कैन एक्सेप्ट पब्लिक डिपॉजिट्स, एंड पोस्ट ऑफिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया डिपार्टमेंट. इट एक्ट्स एज गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट, but PSU banks, but SBI is a PSU, post office is a department, departmental undertaking बोलते हैं. 7th पे कमीशन सुने होगे ना? 7th पे कमीशन से SBI के एम्प्लॉयज की सैलरी इंक्रीज हुई या नहीं हुई है? 7th पे कमीशन इज एप्लीकेबल ओनली टू गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. तो 7th पे कमीशन से पोस्ट ऑफिस के एम्प्लॉयज की सैलरी इंक्रीज हुई है. दैट इज अ डिपार्टमेंट अंडर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. SBI इज अ PSU ओन्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया. डिफरेंस है. सो पोस्ट ऑफिस आर वर्किंग एज अ डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग होते हैं, डिपार्टमेंट है गवर्नमेंट का. एंड SBI इज अ बैंक, गवर्नमेंट बैंक. वी हैव जस्ट अलाउड पब्लिक टू कीप देयर मनी इन वन ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया डिपार्टमेंट, बट दैट इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ मनी सप्लाई. ये फैसिलिटी हमने अलाउ किया, यही डिफरेंस है. क्लियर हुआ या नहीं हुआ? बैंक्स आर रेगुलेटेड बाय RBI. पोस्ट ऑफिस तो गवर्नमेंट का है, गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट है, बट द मनी सप्लाई पार्ट की हाउ मच मनी इज केप्ट, हाउ मच इज नॉट, दैट पार्ट इज रेगुलेटेड बाय RBI. समटाइम्स डुअल रेगुलेशन एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. ठीक है. तो मनी सप्लाई वाला फंक्शन RBI हैंडल्स, रेस्ट इट इज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया डिपार्टमेंट. ठीक है. और कभी भी ओनर को, यू ऑलवेज कीप द ओनर आउटसाइड इट्स कंपनी, नेवर एवर इंसर्ट दैट. ठीक है, ध्यान रखना इस चीज का. आप you write a statement, the most commonly used form of money supply is M3. The most commonly used form of money supply is M3, and it is also called aggregate monetary resources. And it is also called aggregate monetary resources. सबसे ज्यादा यूज हम लोग M3 का करते हैं. ठीक है. मनी सर्कुलेशन। अरे M3 में ऑलरेडी M1 इंक्लूडेड है ना। We have huge time deposits. We have huge time deposits. So most commonly form में cash, demand and time all are getting counted ना. And I wrote there M3 is equal to M1 plus net time deposits. What do you understand by the word net? Minus depreciation. Minus net means आप लिख लेना कहीं ओनली पब्लिक्स डिपॉजिट। नेट का मतलब होता है ओनली पब्लिक्स डिपॉजिट। मैं बताता हूं इसका क्या मतलब है। यू राइट वन मोर स्टेटमेंट, द मनी लाइंग विथ government, comma RBI, comma interbank deposits. The money lying with government, comma RBI, comma interbank deposits are not part of money supply. इसका मतलब ये सी आई एम सेइंग फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट क्लास दैट मनी सप्लाई चेजिंग द आउटपुट। आपने मनी सप्लाई का भी डेफिनेशन लिखा है, द टोटल स्टॉक ऑफ मनी इन सर्कुलेशन अमंग द पब्लिक। यू अंडरलाइन द वर्ड पब्लिक, यू अंडरलाइन द वर्ड पब्लिक। ठीक है, ओनली पब्लिक्स मनी चेजेस द आउटपुट का कॉन्सेप्ट है। इफ वॉट एवर इज द मनी विथ गवर्नमेंट, वॉट एवर इज द मनी विथ RBI, that is not chasing the output. Public's money chases the output as such. You kept 100 rupees in bank. He kept 100 rupees in bank. Now that 100 rupees bank deposited with some other bank. That 100 rupees, one bank has account with other banks also. So he deposited 100 rupees with a bank and bank kept that money with some other bank. Money supply 100. Money supply means public's deposit. That other bank will not say I have 100 deposits. That is called interbank deposits. Interbank deposits are not part of money supply. Only public's deposit in bank, that is basically public's money, that is part of money supply. So whatever money is with government of India, whatever is money is with RBI, or whatever are the interbank deposits. Interbank deposits अगर आप count करोगे तो it will be double counted. And the concept is only public's money either in cash or in deposit is part of money supply. ठीक है, तो इन तीन को हम नहीं काउंट करते हैं. And net time deposits with banks means, net means excluding interbank deposits, basically only public's deposit. वो भी पब्लिक का ही है, सब कुछ पब्लिक का ही. बैंक्स जनरली अदर बैंक के साथ, ठीक है, दे कीप इन टाइम फॉर्म, दे कीप इट इन टाइम फॉर्म. दैट्स व्हाई हमने यहाँ पे नेट स्पेसिफिकली लगा दिया है. क्वेश्चन तो अच्छा है, लेकिन बहुत लोग पब्लिक अकाउंट ऑफ इंडिया वाला कॉन्सेप्ट अभी समझे नहीं है. कैसे बताएं, थोड़ा दिन वेट कर लो. पब्लिक अकाउंट ऑफ इंडिया यू ऑल हैव, सबको पता है या नहीं पता है? तो छोड़ देते हैं. आप यू रिमेंबर दिस क्वेश्चन, and we will be discussing public account of India also, तब हम इस question answer करेंगे. Money circulation. Now, in the money and banking first class, we discussed that these were the public, they goes to banks and banks goes to RBI. So we have public going to banks and banks going to RBI. Now we are going to understand that how this public's money moves to banks and banks money moves to RBI, and then government also comes here. So how this money in India moves between public, banks, RBI and government. This circulation we are going to understand. ठीक है? So आप pen paper रख दो and please concentrate on the board. So this is individual. This is bank and this is RBI. You all understand asset liabilities. So individuals going to bank and banks going to RBI, and government will also come here. So we are now going to understand this circulation. Now in the first class we also understood that earlier they were doing barter trade, then they deposited their goods with RBI and RBI issued a common currency. The only logic is whatever fiat currency being issued, it must be issued with a physical backup. ठीक है ना? Fiat currency, when someone is issuing, they must have some physical backup. Otherwise, people will lose trust. You all are accepting Indian currency because you know that उसकी intrinsic value is nothing. Does it have any intrinsic value? No. रद्दी वालों पे बेचोगे कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. It doesn't have any intrinsic value, but we accept it because we have a trust that if you will go to RBI or government, they will convert or they will give us something worth that 100 rupees. That's why you accept. So any currency note which is being issued, it must be issued with a backup of some assets. Clear? So they were doing barter trade and then they moved to RBI. RBI took a backup, physical backup, and then they issued fiat currency. Now we don't go to RBI for asking for currency because we can always get into the market. But to start this example, let's start with that same concept that the public kept some gold with RBI and RBI gave a currency note. If I am saying that I went to RBI, RBI gave me, I went to RBI, I kept some gold, kept some asset, and RBI gave me currency note, there is no logical flaw in this statement, but practically now we don't do this thing because I can always sell my assets and get currency from the market, right? So if I am saying I went to RBI, kept some gold, RBI gave me currency note, there is no logical flaw, but practically now we don't it. But to start this example, I am taking from that same, that earlier we were doing barter trade, people deposited gold and RBI gave cash. So this person had some physical gold, he kept his gold to RBI and RBI gave currency note. Suppose he got rupees 500. So RBI, this person gave physical gold to RBI. That physical gold is asset or liability for RBI? Asset. So RBI got physical gold and in return RBI issued a currency note. That currency note is asset or liability for the person? Asset. And liability for RBI. So RBI must represent that liability in the account statement. Currency held by public, rupees 500. This is statement or currency note? How many of you think this is statement? And how many of you think it is currency note? It is statement, yeah. that is a liability of RBI. RBI has written it कि we have issued this much currency to the public. This is just a statement acting as liability for RBI. This is a statement acting as liability for RBI. RBI has represented that liability in its account book. ये क्या है? It is physical gold. Physical जो gold, भाई एक अकाउंट बुक होती है, एक तरफ जैसे it's like this book. RBI on one side kept physical gold, on the other side it wrote a statement that I have issued rupees 500 to the public. That statement is a proof that RBI has given rupees 500, and that statement is liability. When he will reproduce the currency note, फिर दूसरा step होगा, we will see that. यहाँ तक समझ गया आप? So आप you keep your focus that कहाँ पे currency है, कहाँ पे only statement है, and where is the physical gold. ठीक है? Now this person thought that कि what to do with this rupees 500. As such, there is not much use of cash. So let's keep some cash in bank. Now this person took rupees 300 and went to bank. 300 rupees he gave to bank manager and asked bank manager to deposit. Bank manager took that rupees 300 cash. ठीक है? That cash which bank manager took, it is asset or liability for bank? Asset. What bank manager gave to the person? Account statement, passbook. That account statement is asset or liability for him? Asset. This is suppose passbook. Passbook or statement. That passbook is asset or liability for bank? Liability. So it will write here deposit of public. This statement is acting as a liability for the bank, representing this account statement. Will there be any change with RBI after this transaction? You gave gold to me. I gave you a currency note worth rupees 500. I am RBI. You gave gold to me. I gave a currency note worth rupees 500. So my liability is towards you. My liability is towards you. If you gave this currency note to him, my liability shifts towards him. ठीक है? Whoever will be holding the Indian currency note, RBI's liability will be towards that individual. So after this transaction, RBI's liability remains same, but we will write here now currency held by bank, how much? 300. Now liability of RBI towards that person is only 200 क्योंकि जो currency hold कर रहा है RBI's liability is towards that. ये जल्दी से आप लिख लो. हाँ हाँ वो स्टेटमेंट ही तो है. पासबुक मतलब स्टेटमेंट, अकाउंट स्टेटमेंट. 200 जो उस पब्लिक के पास है दैट इज हार्ड कैश, और 300 जो है वो अकाउंट में दिख रहा है. इट्स नॉट हार्ड कैश, अकाउंट स्टेटमेंट. हाँ स्टेटमेंट. मनी सप्लाई, मनी सप्लाई कितना है? 500 और मनी सप्लाई 500. which 500? एक तो ये 500 एंड 500 आप बोल रहे हो ना, तो दिस 200 प्लस 300 ये वाला, नॉट दिस वाला, प्लस 300 ये वाला. मनी विथ द पब्लिक इधर इन कैश फॉर्म और इन अकाउंट फॉर्म. अकाउंट पे उसको कितना दिख रहा है? अगर ये पैसा कुछ हो गया, मनी इन योर अकाउंट यू विल ऑलवेज से 300. यू नेवर गो एंड चेक कि बैंक के पास वॉल्ट में व्हाट इज द मनी. मनी विद द पब्लिक मीन्स इधर इन कैश और व्हाट यू आर सीइंग इन योर पासबुक. You can always sign a check of rupees 300 and make payment. You never check in the bank. Money supply is money with the public, either in cash or in account. ठीक है, बैंक का कैश doesn't matter. बैंक के कैश से नहीं फर्क पड़ता है. What you are seeing in your account statement, passbook, that is money supply. If bank doesn't have this cash, will you able to sign a check and make payment? Yes, of course, yes. So this money, this account statement is chasing the output. You never check what is cash lying in the bank. That is bank's problem. We will also understand that problem. But money supply, money with the public. तो यहां तक आप समझ गए? ठीक है? So money supply is 500. No. RBI gets this information. RBI, now everything is linked with net banking. Everything is linked with net banking. So all these updates happens on runtime basis. All these updates happens on a runtime basis.
कोई सेंट्रल सर्वर है with all connections are there, something like that.
Of course server तो होगा ही ऐसा, server तो होगा ही ऐसा, but runtime पे all these things are getting updated now. No one is manual doing this as such. No one is manually saying कि now currency automatically when these transactions are happening, RBI is getting this update. Not arbitrary, exact value. Don't go into operational matters exactly how they are doing this thing, but it happens exact manner में. पैसे की बात है, arbitrary नहीं हो सकता है. अब इधर concentrate करो आप. Now this bank thought कि what to do with this rupees 300 cash. Let's keep in with RBI. Let's keep with RBI. इधर देखना, अभी कुछ चीज आपको confusion हो जाएगा अगर नहीं आप concentrate करोगे. This cash, the bank manager took rupees 200. The bank manager took rupees 200 and went to RBI and asked RBI to deposit this cash. ठीक है? Banks can always keep their money with RBI. So 200 cash, bank manager went to RBI and it asked RBI to deposit. RBI took that cash, ठीक है, and gave a slip to bank. ठीक है, gave a slip to bank that we have deposited your rupees 200. So RBI gave a slip. That slip is asset or liability for the bank? Asset. So bank will represent that slip, deposit with RBI 200. That slip which the RBI gave to the bank is liability for RBI. So RBI will write a statement regarding that slip. Deposit of bank 200. Currency held by bank now 100. Right? समझ गए? समझ गए? ठीक है? देखो, the cash which the bank gave to RBI, where is that cash? Huh? It's with RBI. Is this a statement or what? This is just a statement representing the slip which the RBI gave to that bank. that cash which RBI got, that cash RBI is still holding. अभी भी मेरे पास है कैश, मैं होल्ड किया हूं. दैट क्लियर है? ये नहीं क्लियर है, तभी तो बोले थे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो. आई सेड कि दैट बैंक ब्रॉट 200 रुपीज कैश विथ टू RBI and asked to deposit. RBI gave a deposit slip to bank. That slip is asset for the bank. That slip is liability for the RBI, because whenever the bank will reproduce, RBI will have to give. So that slip is liability for RBI, that RBI represented here. Now currency held by bank got reduced because currency with the bank is only 100, only 100. So RBI is still holding the 200 rupees cash which the bank gave. क्या करें इसका? What to do with this cash? This cash which RBI is still hold करें ना अभी? हाँ. This cash which RBI is still holding is asset or liability for RBI. सोच के बताना. So how many of you think asset? And how many of you think liability? पानी पी लेने दो. आप लोग दिमाग पे जोर नहीं डालना चाह रहे हो. लंच करके आए हो, रिलैक्स बैठे हो, चल रही है कहानी. I want the answer to this question from you only. I am not going to answer. फिर से मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूं एंड मैं हिंट दे रहा हूं. यू हैव टू आंसर. ठीक है, देखते हैं कि कौन सोचता है. RBI individual. Forget about this example. RBI individual. I am giving a hint. I had nothing initially. मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं था. ठीक है, जीरो बैलेंस, कुछ नहीं था. I am RBI. This is a hint for you. He gave gold. He gave gold worth rupees 1000, physical gold. I signed a paper slip worth rupees 1000 and I gave this slip to him. This slip is asset or liability for him? Asset. ये liability कौन बोल रहा है? हाँ, तो जो मैं पूछ रहा हूं उसके लिए बताओगे कि आप अपने लिए बताओगे? When I am asking कि this slip is asset or liability for him, आप बोलोगे सर मैं तो बैंक के लिए बता रहा हूं. ऐसे ही सब लोग बताओ तो मैं चला जाता हूं इधर से. जो मैं क्वेश्चन पूछा उस पर फोकस करो. मैं पूछूंगा तो आरबीआई के लिए क्या है तो बताना आप. ठीक है ना? सो आई एम आरबीआई. देखो आप सब लोग गलत आंसर दिए हो, इसलिए मैं फिर से उसको आपको हेल्प करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं. ठीक है? हाँ, एंड डोंट टेक इट पर्सनली. मैं ठीक है. This person kept physical gold to RBI. RBI signed normal paper slip, signed, and rupees 1000 slip. It gave it to him. This slip is asset for him and liability for RBI. After one day, he brought the slip and asked his gold back. So he gave me the slip and I gave the physical gold to him. This slip of rupees 1000 is asset or liability for RBI? Huh? How many of you think asset? Liability? It is nothing for RBI. आप ऐसे समझो मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं था. ध्यान सुनो, मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं था. You brought physical gold of rupees 1 lakh crore. I gave a slip. When you are asking this gold back, if my assets are increasing like this, तब तो ऐसे ही कुछ increase होते जाएगा. This slip is nothing for me. So the 200 rupees which RBI is still holding, it is neither asset nor liability. RBI ने इसको फाड़ करके फेंक दिया. यही होता है. RBI ने उस 200 rupees को फाड़ के फेंक दिया. It is nothing for RBI. क्या 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 फिर से? कागज था. आप बाहर मिलना मुझसे आप ठीक है. So that paper, the thing is, the authority who has issued the currency note in return of a physical asset, when someone asks his physical asset back and I will get the currency note back, for me it is nothing. ऐसे अगर होगा तो आप समझो क्या हो रहा है. मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं था, you gave physical gold worth rupees 1 lakh crore, मैंने 1 लाख करोड़ का रूपी नोट दिया. When you are asking it back, if I will get it back and if this is asset for me, तो out of nothing this asset is being created. ठीक है. ऐसे तो RBI, तो this 200 rupees was nothing for RBI. RBI ने इसको फाड़ के फेंक दिया. When this bank will reproduce the slip, RBI has the printer, it will print it can again give, or RBI can just keep it in the godown or junk box रख सकता है. For RBI it is nothing 200 rupees. तो फाड़ के फेंक सकता है. When they will again ask, it will reprint and give, or it can keep it in any godown, but it is neither asset nor liability for RBI. ठीक है. Money supply is still 500 this plus this. ठीक है. हाँ.
At last, when the whole money goes to RBI, then what is the basic need for banks?
ऐसा नहीं होता ना भाई. आपने बैंक क्रिएट क्यों किया था? बिकॉज RBI कैन नॉट हैंडल द रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम 128 crore people. We have created RBI for a different purpose, a regulatory body. The main operational things we want it to be done by the banks. ठीक है. So we go to banks and banks go to RBI. What is the liability of RBI? देखो ये सब चीजें ध्यान से समझते चलो. अभी आप इसको लाइट ले रहे होगे, लेकिन अगर नहीं ध्यान समझोगे 2-3 दिन बाद ये एकदम हॉचपॉच हो जाएगा ये. ठीक है. दैट्स आई एम स्ट्रेसिंग इट, और आप भी उसको सीरियसली लेते चलो. लायबिलिटी ऑफ RBI 500, मनी सप्लाई 500. At this point of time, if government collected tax from this person 50 rupees, government took as tax. ठीक है. What we will write here? Currency held by public 150, currency held by government of India 50. Money supply 450. Money supply is money with the public only. Money supply 450. Liability of RBI 500. ठीक है. So liability of RBI is a different thing and money supply is a different concept. Whenever government collects tax from the public, if I am government, when government is collecting tax from the public, money supply is decreasing. Whenever in practical, whenever government collects tax from the public, money supply decreases, because government's money is not part of money supply, only your money is part of money supply. So if inflation is increasing, to reduce the inflation we need to reduce the money supply. To reduce the money supply we can increase the tax rate. ठीक है. So whenever government is increasing the tax, money supply is getting reduced. ठीक. Now at this, अब ये था सिचुएशन. नाउ गवर्नमेंट डोंट होल्ड कैश. तो गवर्नमेंट के पास जो कैश था ना, गवर्नमेंट आस्क्ड RBI टू डिपॉजिट. गवर्नमेंट ने कैश कलेक्ट किया था ना. सो दिस सिचुएशन हैड चेंज्ड. आप लोग लिख रहे हो ना? एक सेकेंड, अब मैं टाइम दूंगा तभी आप लिखना. सो गवर्नमेंट कलेक्टेड टैक्स. गवर्नमेंट कलेक्टेड टैक्स. So this got changed. ठीक है. Sum is still 200 this, but this got changed. Now government, I said, never keeps money in cash form. So that 50 rupees cash, government brought it to RBI and asked to deposit. So this currency held by government of India will convert into deposit of government of India. RBI will get the cash. RBI will issue the slip to government. RBI will write this statement और वो कैश RBI क्या करेगी? फाड़ के फेंक देगी. कैश RBI के लिए it is nothing. When government will ask, it will again reprint. हाँ इसलिए तो फाड़ के फेंक रहा है ना। दैट इज ट्रू। आप लोग के हेल्प के लिए मैं फिर से लिख दे रहा हूं ऐसे 200 आप ये स्टेप लिखो एंड देखो आप ये दोबारा उसी में नहीं फिल कर देना, सब हौच पौच जाएगा। अगेन यू रीराइट दीज थिंग्स एंड राइट दैट मनी सप्लाई स्टिल 500। नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे मैं वो लिखता हूं। नेक्स्ट स्टेप में आप ये लिख लो एंड देन आई विल चेंज। Recurring deposit, you deposit it for a fixed time period, but not in one lump sum one time regularly. Suppose you are depositing rupees 2000 for 10 years. So that is recurring again. आप लोग इसके पहले कोई और भी क्लास करके आए हो क्या? इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ने के लिए दिमाग एकदम फ्रेश होना चाहिए। ठीक है, लिख लिए? एग्जैक्ट। ठीक है। नाउ एट दिस पॉइंट गवर्नमेंट कलेक्टेड टैक्स 50 and government deposited that money with RBI. So deposit of गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया यहां 50 हो जाएगा एंड करेंसी हेल्ड बाय पब्लिक 150 एंड इन दिस केस यू राइट मनी सप्लाई 450। मनी सप्लाई 450। मनी सप्लाई 450 आ रहा समझ में ना? आपको ऐसे दिखने में प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती है? नाउ जल्दी लिख लो आप लोग। और प्लीज जो आप लोग पढ़े हो अभी तक ना 5-6 डेज जो पहले का, प्लीज रिवाइज करके आना। एनीवेज टेस्ट तो होने जा रहा कल या परसों। ऑब्जेक्टिव टेस्ट फर्स्ट टॉपिक का जीडीपी फंडामेंटल्स कब चाहते हो आप, कल या परसों? कल। 15-20 मिनट्स का होगा। देखो देखो एक सेकेंड, कल एग्जैक्ट 2:30 to 4:30 होगा क्लास, ठीक है? एंड आफ्टर 4:30 15-20 मिनट्स का यू विल हैव अ टेस्ट, ठीक? 15-20 क्वेश्चन ये लिख लिए? हाँ। नाउ एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम सपोज ये जो पर्सन के पास 150 रुपीज है, सपोज आई ड्रॉ 2 पर्सन Does it make any difference? No. Now this person got this 50 rupees by bribes. Suppose bribe दिया इसने. To get his work done, he paid bribe 50 rupees. But still money supply is 450. Now at this point of time, Modi ji did demonetization. And then RBI said that now these currency notes will not be valid after 31st December. Please get these currency notes exchanged from RBI or bank. Please get these currency notes exchanged, because after 31st December it will not be a valid currency note. But while you are coming to RBI to exchange the currency notes, you will have to tell the source of income. Now this person gave currency note and he got new currency note. This person never went to RBI. So after 31st December, this currency note is just a raddi piece of paper. ठीक है. So after 31st December, currency held by public 100, क्योंकि वो 50 तो currency note है ही नहीं ना. After 31st December, the currency note held by public is 100. So now RBI's liability 450, assets 500. So net assets of RBI increased. With just one stroke of demonetization, the illegal money which was with the public came to RBI, government. With just one stroke of demonetization, that illegal cash hoarded by the public, it became RBI's money. Because RBI's liabilities got reduced. Now that currency note is just a piece of paper, it is not a liability of RBI. RBI's liability reduced, net assets increased. Who has the authority to demonetize currency? Demonetization of currency means now that currency is not a legal tender. Who has authority to demonetize, RBI or government? The law says that on the recommendation of board of RBI, government can demonetize currency. On the recommendation of RBI board, government can demonetize currency. What happened in our case is government forced RBI that you recommend us, and then they demonetized it. ठीक है. Came back to the original example. So money supply 450, RBI's liability 500. And why money supply changed, that you understand, because of tax collection. So RBI's liability is different thing and money supply is different thing. ये आप ध्यान रखना. You write a statement, the total liability of RBI is called high powered money or monetary base. The total liability of RBI is called high powered money or monetary base. ठीक है. तो monetary base is something different and money supply is something different. Monetary base is RBI's liability, money supply is money with the public, and both can be different. ठीक है. Now at this point of time, suppose a lot of investors started coming to India, then rupee will appreciate. If rupee will appreciate, then to counter that, what can RBI do? RBI will, because if a lot of investors are coming in, rupees appreciate, so RBI will do such an activity so that dollars start appreciating, and that is possible if RBI will purchase dollars. So RBI will purchase dollars, and this is called managed float. Managed market नहीं, managed float. अरे ठीक. This is managed float. ठीक है. So what? So RBI will purchase dollars. RBI will purchase dollars because rupee was appreciating. So if RBI will purchase dollars, dollar will start appreciate. ठीक है. So RBI will purchase dollars. So what RBI will do? RBI will sell this physical gold and purchase dollars. This is statement or hard cash? Hard cash. Statement कहाँ है? RBI sold physical gold, purchased dollar ना? This is dollar. Hard cash dollar. This is foreign exchange reserve of India. Forex, which is actually 410, 420 जो भी होगा. $400 billion. Now try to understand. We are happy with this $400 billion. RBI के पास $400 billion reserve. Is that $400 billion net assets of RBI? No. For this $400 billion, RBI has accumulated liabilities also. For this $400 billion, RBI has liability. It is not net assets of RBI. ऐसा नहीं कि RBI के $400 billion पड़े हुए हैं ऐसे. If RBI has on one side assets, corresponding to that it has acquired liabilities also. So net is zero, basically you can say that. But why we are happy about it, that $400 billion? We are happy about it because this is used for import. If 400, यहाँ पे अभी दोनों अगर zero हैं, दोनों zero हैं, अभी भी देखो net assets is zero. But suppose this also becomes zero, this also becomes zero, and you want to import. If you will carry rupee to RBI, RBI can't convert that rupee into dollar. But if this is the situation, even if net assets is zero, if you are carrying the rupee, RBI can convert that rupee into dollar. What happens exactly? If this is RBI, this is asset liability. When you export, you get dollars. This dollar you give it to RBI. That is assets. RBI prints extra currency and it gives it to you. Here currency held by public. So when you export, you give dollar to RBI, RBI gives you currency note, assets also increases, liabilities also increases. When you want to import, you give rupees, RBI gives you dollars, this also decreases, this also decreases. And this is happening every moment. This is happening every moment. When you are exporting, RBI's dollar is also increasing, this is also increasing. When you are importing, this is also decreasing. The 1991 crisis was basically, here RBI had just $1.2 billion. Now we have $400 billion. At that time it was just $1.2 billion. So if you wanted to import more, RBI didn't have dollars to convert for your rupees. That was balance of payment crisis. आगे चल के समझोगे. ठीक है. तो इसके आगे हम लोग कल पढ़ेंगे. तो फर्स्ट विल हैव क्लास ऑफ 2 hours 2:30 to 4:30. आप 2:30 पे शार्प आ जाना, क्योंकि मैं यहाँ पे 1:30 पे आ जाता हूँ. ठीक है. तो विल स्टार्ट एट 2:30 और कुछ दिन तक हमारी कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लासेस चलेंगी. डोंट मिस अ सिंगल क्लास.